James Dyson's story begins in a small town in England, where a young boy often wondered why things worked the way they did. He wasn't the smartest kid in his class. He wasn't the fastest learner. But he had one thing that separated him from everyone else: curiosity. A curiosity so powerful that it would one day change the world of engineering forever. As a child, James loved taking things apart. Toy cars, radios, household tools. If it had screws, James opened it. Not because he wanted to break it, but because he wanted to understand how the world was built. His mother would often find him sitting on the floor surrounded by pieces, with a face full of excitement rather than fear. He wasn't afraid to break things. He was afraid of not learning. Years passed, and James began noticing something important about himself. He wasn't a typical student. He didn't like the usual path. He didn't enjoy memorizing books just to pass exams. He wanted to create things. He wanted to solve problems that no one was even thinking about. That desire became his identity. After finishing school, James studied design. Not business, not engineering, just design, because it allowed him to think freely. He didn't know it yet, but this freedom would lead him into a journey filled with struggle, doubt, and unbelievable success. The turning point came when James bought a vacuum cleaner in the 1970s. It was expensive, and he expected it to work perfectly. But soon, he realized something frustrating. The suction kept getting weaker. The dust bag was causing the machine to lose power. Most people would complain, return the product, or buy a new one. But James did something different. He asked a question no one else asked. Why can't a vacuum maintain constant suction? That one question became an obsession. One day, while visiting a sawmill, James saw a machine that used cyclonic separation to remove dust from the air. That was the moment everything clicked. He thought, what if I use the same idea in a vacuum cleaner? A bagless vacuum. A vacuum that never loses suction. A vacuum that works better than anything the world has ever seen. He rushed home, excited, inspired, and full of hope. But he had no idea what was ahead of him. James built his first prototype. It didn't work. He built another. It still didn't work. He built 10 more, then 20, then 100, all failures. But James didn't stop. Every failure taught him something new. Every broken piece was a lesson. Every mistake was a step toward success. People around him started questioning his sanity. His friends told him to stop. His family worried about his future. Companies refused to support him. Investors laughed at the idea of a bagless vacuum. Manufacturers told him that no one would ever buy a vacuum without a dust bag because companies made money selling replacement bags. But James didn't care about companies making money. He cared about solving a problem. He kept going. Prototype 5 or 12 failed. Prototype 999 failed. Prototype 1D200 failed. Prototype 2500 failed. But he fought on. There were days when James felt broken. Days when he felt defeated. Days when he sat alone in his workshop, wondering if he had wasted years of his life chasing a dream no one believed in. But despite the pain, the failures, and the loneliness, one thing kept him moving: belief. Belief that the world needed a better machine. Belief that he could make it. Belief that failure was not the end. It was just part of the process. Prototype 3000 still failed. Prototype 4000 failed again. Most people would quit at 10 failures. Some would quit at 100. Almost everyone would quit at 1,000. But James Dyson kept going until he reached a number that shocked the world. Prototype 5126. The moment he turned it on, everything changed. The machine worked perfectly. Smooth suction. No bag, no loss of power. It was the world's first bagless vacuum that actually worked. But even then, success didn't come easily. Every major company rejected his invention. Some said it was too expensive. Some said customers would never understand it. Some said the idea was unnecessary. One company even tried copying the idea, forcing James into a long legal battle. But he refused to give up. He decided to start his own company. No big investors, no big partners, just belief, determination, and a working prototype. In 1993, the first Dyson vacuum cleaner finally launched. People tried it, and they loved it. Sales exploded. Within a few years, Dyson became the best-selling vacuum cleaner in the United Kingdom. What was once a crazy idea became a global engineering success. Today, Dyson is a multi-billion-dollar company known for reinventing everyday products. From vacuum cleaners to hair dryers to air purifiers, Dyson products are known for innovation, design, and engineering excellence. But the real success of this story isn't in the money. It isn't in the products. It isn't even in the fame. The real success is the message James Dyson gives the world. You don't fail when you attempt something 5,026 times. You fail the moment you stop trying. James Dyson once said, "Success is made of 99% failure," and his life proves it. His journey teaches us that dreams are not built by brilliance. They are built by persistence. They are built by the courage to try again. They are built by the strength to keep going even when the whole world says you can't. Whenever you feel like giving up, remember this. A man who failed over 5,000 times didn't quit. He believed. He learned. He kept building. And because of that, he changed the world. Your success might not come today. It might not come tomorrow. It might take years. But if you keep moving, keep learning, and keep believing, your 5,126th attempt might be the one that changes everything. This is the story of James Dyson, the man who turned failure into innovation and persistence into global success. And his message is simple. Don't be afraid of failing. Be afraid of giving up before your breakthrough arrives.